I remember going to like measure our dicks
Uh-huh.
in the bathroom a lot
Right.
in elementary and middle school, but it never ventured to the butthole.
Really? I feel like the butthole is like an even playing field because
Yeah, it's universal, I think.
everybody's got like a very similar looking butthole. Penises vary,
It's
right?
true.
You can make fun of somebody for having a small penis, right? Or a weird penis,
Or
but
big
everybody's,
penis, yeah,
yeah, but everybody's got the same butthole,
that's true.
especially at that age. There's probably no hair on it. So it's literally all the same.
Yeah.
And now you got hairy buttholes, you got misshapen buttholes, stretched out buttholes. That as you get older, buttholes vary.
Yeah,
But
they evolve and grow and
yeah,
change. Yeah.
the younger you are, they that sounds.
My God.
We are rolling.
All right. Hey, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Roger Gets a Machine. We're back in the studio again with our awesome co-producer,
What
Eric
up?
Rasanti.
What up? What up?
Yes, and this is our special 25th episode.
I thought you weren't going to remember. I was going to remind you.
Eric went through the
Yep,
he went through all that.
I did all that is all I went through.
Got a couple of balloons, spent a lot more money than he wanted to, and then
Mhm.
complained about it.
Okay.
But we're here with our special guest, James Tanford.
It's Tanford, but
Tanford. Okay, so
I'm kidding.
we're gonna keep all this in.
Now we have to.
We're here with our special guest, James Tanford, who you've seen on the New York Times, who was recently featured in a whole series called "The Roommates from Hell."
Yeah, my apartment from hell.
My apartment's from hell.
Son of a
It's
bitch.
about, but it's about his roommates, right?
It is about my
It's
roommates.
about all your
My
roommates.
ex-roommates.
Yeah. And super funny. He's from Bloomington, Indiana. He just moved here about a year ago. Super funny comic. He's all over the road. And we're so happy to have you in our studio today, buddy.
Thanks for having me. Excited to
Yeah.
be here. Can I ask, you said you spent a lot on the setup. How much did the balloons cost?
Oh, dear. You don't want to know.
$26.
Oof.
Oh, that's not that bad.
That's
All right.
$1 more than the amount of episodes we've done.
It's taking a loss.
But yeah, James was watching us put the balloons up, and he's like, "What the hell are you
Yep,
guys?"
and I did not help at all. Just watched.
But yeah, man. James recently just blew up from the series on the New York Times, and it's how's that going for you? Any cool things come out of it?
I mean, the New York Times, as far as my parents are concerned, I made it. They were like, that's all they've ever wanted.
For sure.
The New York Times, yeah, they were so pumped about it. Gotten a lot of DMs. People love DMing people with followers.
Are you single? Are you?
I am single.
Oh, has that helped?
I don't know. It's everyone is like fascinated because it happens so fast
Right.
that no one realizes that I'm not a celebrity. They see the follower count and they're like, oh my God. So people, especially when it first happened, like they're being weird about it. And I would get like recognized on the street and then everyone around would be like, so this is a thing. Who's this guy? And I'd be like, I'm please don't. I'm nobody.
Please,
Like
yeah.
this is not, I was not ready for this.
You
And,
joined them. You're like, who? Where?
yeah. But also telling people who think it's cool how much you're freaking out, not very hot. They're not really into that. So it
Right.
kind of, they're like, oh, he's like a normal person and he's not famous and has made $0 off the Roommate series.
Well, you don't like if a hot chick like slides into your DMs, you don't tell her that, do you?
You're not like,
No.
hey, I don't have
But what
money.
usually happens is like, I usually can't tell how old they are. And it's usually on the younger side
Yeah,
where I'm
that's-
like, I did have an interesting, I had a girl, she was 16 and she dive bombed my DMs asking why I hadn't been posting about Palestine. And
that's crazy.
and I don't know how I feel about people expecting like celebrities to speak out. Like every time Taylor Swift says something about anything, I'm like, please,
Yeah, get
like,
the hell out of here.
But there is something to like knowing when to have a platform, like when you have a platform and when to use it and for what issues is something I've been thinking about a lot. Because like, I had no followers 3 months ago, and now what do I do?
Correct.
And especially with stuff that's like important to me, I'm like, this is a real opportunity to kind of spread the thing out. But there are a lot of issues where I'm like, I really like, I have opinions, but everyone is saying them better than I am. So don't come to me. Like my instinct is going to be make a joke out of it, and nobody's going to like that.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
go to someone who like has a real voice.
And you just said it, like it's an opportunity. It's not a responsibility. You don't have a social responsibility. You're out there trying to make it yourself, right? So
Yeah.
you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. You have an opportunity. Whether you want to use that for that or not, that's up to you. But the fact that these people just expect it, I don't like that. But speaking of people who have a platform and who didn't use it for the best, Rogan.
That's a good segue.
Yeah.
Good,
Hey, I've been learning. You can't influence somebody in the White House and then be like, I slipped up.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
Oh, you knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a mistake. It was you now regret it. And that's a very different that's a different thing.
Yeah, that's what's that thing like where you fuck someone and then you regret it the next day and then you're like, I never consented to this. No, it's just you had fun while you did it,
Yeah.
but then the next day you're like,
Is there a word for that?
yeah, is it like regret? Nah, I don't want to say it out loud,
Oh.
but it's the other R word.
All I know for sure is I have definitely never felt that way. Every time I'm like, I can't believe this happened. Thank you so much. Like that was a disaster. It's mostly my fault. Hope we can do it again. And I'm out.
She's like, but you have 200,000 followers. What happened?
Yeah.
I've never like got a date or anything off of a DM. It's always been off of like a dating app, but I always wondered like what like a single person with a big following. I'm sure it's probably like dates are coming to you.
Yeah, but it's mostly people that don't live in the city. Where I'm like, what's the end goal here? Like a long distance situationship with someone I've never met before? Like it's never feasible. They just kind of think I'm cute and think my content's funny.
You got to fly them out.
Yeah. Someone said that earlier.
I think that's what they're thinking.
So they can stay in my 4-bed, 4-bath on my dollar store bed sheets. They're gonna be like, this is a big waste of time.
Who are these 3 other guys here?
Yeah.
Are those your?
I'll be like, who is that? And I'll be like, I have no idea. I just flew her out.
One's my chef.
Yeah.
The other one cleans up.
But it's really interesting because it's very clear that people are DMing and do not expect me to see it. And I'm just sitting in my room. I respond to all the DMs.
You respond to all of them. Yeah.
Most of the time, they respond like, they'll say something crazy like, that video sucked. I'm unfollowing. And I'm like, oh, well, all right. Sad to see you go. Do. And then they respond like, oh my God, I never thought you'd see this. I'm so sorry. I'm just being dramatic online. And I'm like, what? I don't understand.
Yeah, that's so weird to message you that I'm unfollowing you.
And then be surprised when I respond and backtrack. Like at least it is the women will respond with like a 4-paragraph novel. The men will just be like, yeah, don't like your stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Like they stand on it. I'm like, okay, I respect that. It's weird, but like, cool.
I'm glad you responded because now I get to tell you I really didn't like your shit, dude.
Or they leave me on red, and I'm like, that's so embarrassing.
Dang.
I don't even know who you are. Ghosting me.
Yeah, dude. It's you never know when people have a big follow count. It gets intimidating to reach out to them or to ask for anything or to say what's up. You never know. People do respond.
We do for the show. There's a few
Yeah.
big names that I don't even tell Raj about. I just reach out to them because I'm like, LOL. No one's ever gonna respond. And then they do, and I go, Raj, this person wants to be on the show. I'm like, I don't know why, but okay.
I'll take it. Yeah.
David Drake has a joke that's like, here's where my career's at. I will do your podcast. No questions asked. I think about that one a lot.
That's really funny.
Meanwhile, Ari Shafir responded to me and said, I don't do podcasts that are that small.
Honestly, I respect that.
Yeah, I respected it too. He said it in like the nicest way possible, though, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was super nice.
And what else did they say? He was like, I don't not enough time to do all.
He said, "Sorry, man, I only do pods with friends or really big ones. There's just too many out there and not enough time. But good luck with it."
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's a nice way of saying no.
Who was the other guy that we asked? The Jewish comedian. The old Opie and Anthony.
Oh, I don't know.
Sorry.
Not Jim Norton.
No, not Jim Norton. The other, not Jim Norton.
Obviously not Patrice.
No, yeah, I was.
Obviously not Louis.
Actually, Patrice did respond yesterday. Rich Voss.
Oh yeah, Voss got back to us.
Rich Voss got back to me and said, I said, hey, do you want to come on? And his first response was, oh no, I was like, do you want to come on the podcast with Raj Balani? He goes, what's his stand on the Middle East?
And what did I tell you to respond? I said,
you told me to respond that you love falafel and hummus.
I thought that was pretty apolitical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
could be either side.
Yep, which is probably not what he was looking for.
And then he said, maybe on Zoom, not driving from New Jersey to Queens.
Hey, that's.
I respect that though.
Yeah.
Even though he just did Jim Norton's podcast. I mean, obviously we're not Jim Norton, but he literally just came to New York.
Yeah, well, it's fine. I wouldn't even know what to talk to Voss about, you know?
I would just give you like old Opie and Anthony questions for an hour.
But yeah, so that's our podcast, and that's how people feel about it.
James, you got any more questions for us?
Yeah. Who's the biggest name to say no to you?
Oh, we got a hard no. I don't think we got a hard no.
I think Ari might be technically the biggest name that said no. We got a couple of big names said yes, and then just never got back to us.
Yeah,
which is also nice.
Mark Norman said yes. We've still yet to film that.
Is that the guy that you open for all the time?
The thing about Norman is he's very nice. He, like I don't think he can say no, but he's like, yeah, I'll do your pod, cool.
And then he tries to avoid doing the pod. Yeah.
Or I'll text him because we'll do a show in like Queens, and I'll be like, hey, since we're gonna be in Queens anyway, you want to come like an hour earlier and do my pod? And they'd be like, who is this? I'm like, this
it's your opener. Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, so are you on the road? Do you do road stuff?
Yeah, sometimes I try to go out like every 2 or 3 months or so. And I usually build it around 1 or 2 specific gig offers that I have. And I have my car. So I'm like, I can go wherever I want. I sleep in the back. It's great. I have a Prius. The back seat goes all the way down. So I can and even at 6'2", it's just long enough that I can actually like fit back there and
nice.
sleep at truck stops, which people don't like. They get really concerned for me. And I don't have a weapon or anything. I have no way to protect myself. But
right. Or they're probably like, this guy's alone in his car at a truck stop. Tonight's the night.
And that's what I'm afraid of. I was gonna get because I always go to the trucker gas stations, and they have like rows of weapons. They'll have like mace and knives, and I was gonna get pepper spray, and then someone was like, sometimes you accidentally spray the wrong way, so you got to be careful. And I was like, yeah, I should not do pepper spray. That's going to happen to me immediately.
What's that other one? It's not pepper spray. It's almost like a sticky stuff. It's the same thing that's in pepper spray, but it sticks to you, so you can't even wipe it off.
What?
Yeah.
Spider-Man style. What is that? That's not mace.
Because when you spray it, you get blowback. This stuff doesn't blow back. It just sticks onto the person.
Just gloms on?
Yeah.
Oh, God. That seems evil. Pepper spray in your eyes that you can't.
I know. That's but I guess it's safer for the person spraying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taser?
I mean, there are such things as tasers.
No, we don't want tasers. Oh, sorry.
It's too close range. I'd have to be right in the person's face, and I'm too much of a pussy for that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. This reminds me. So I just recently saw the movie 28 Weeks Later.
I just saw that one too.
Yeah, because I want to get it. I want to get ready for the one that's in the theaters right now.
Oh yeah.
So remember in the beginning when that guy's wife is like, hey, help me. And then he sees like all the zombies.
Yeah, and he's like, see ya, and takes off. Yeah, for sure.
So I was watching that with my girlfriend, and then she paused, and then she goes, what would you do? And I was like,
oh, that's a trap.
So I started like, because obviously the correct answer was like, I would save you. But I couldn't just say that because there were so many things involved in the scene. He told her twice not to go in there.
Yeah.
She didn't listen. And then there was this random boy who showed up at the house that has no connections to them. She's like, I have to save the boy. He's like, I don't know who the fuck that boy is.
Yeah.
You come with me. And then she decided not to. And then she was like, Ned, save us. And he's like, no. And then he leaves.
Yeah.
So I was like, do we have our dogs? And then my girlfriend was like, yes, we have our dogs. I was like, well, then somebody should be alive to take care of them.
Someone's got to stay for the dog. Yeah.
So she's like, so you just leave me in there? I was like, well, are you going against my wishes? Are you refusing to come with me when I asked you to come with me? She's like, yeah, I got to go save that boy. I was like, I don't know who the fuck that boy is. You're on your own.
I feel like that's unfair because I feel like my wife and I would have a plan already in place. Like, it would probably come up once the zombies really started like popping off and like the society is collapsing, especially if we have like kids or dogs or whatever, it would be okay. In what do we do if this happens? Like, we'd have to strategize.
Right.
Because I mean, honestly, I'd probably just panic and I wouldn't save her or run. I would just kind of freeze and then we'd both die anyway. So I would definitely want a game plan ahead of time to.
Yeah. Well, you know, and it also seems like this couple had a plan too, but this little random boy threw it off.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So yeah, I don't know. I guess my ego would come into play. I'd be like, I told you twice, this is a terrible idea. And you refuse to believe me. This is what you get.
What would you want if you were the one that was trapped?
If I was the boy?
If you were the wife and your wife was outside, would you want her to take off or would you be like, you son of a bitch, come save me?
If I was her, if the roles were reversed, I'd be like, I fucked up. I should have listened to you. Go get out of here. This is all my fault.
Okay.
There's no reason for both of us to come down.
It's consistent.
Yeah. I disobeyed your order. So this is on me. Go. No, if this really happened, I'd be like, help. I fucked up. I should have listened to you. I promise. But yeah, I don't know what I would ever do in that situation. And the thing is, like, you'll see these videos on TikTok and Instagram of like a guy harassing people on the subway or something, and you know, like the man in me wants to be like, I'd 100% stand up and defend my girl if something happened, but then reality comes into play, and you're like, I don't
like,
really
you got it. You're a strong woman. That's why I like you. Go ahead. And, you know.
Yeah, you could take a stab or two. You know, like.
No. I've never really had that because also in my experience, it's generally been that if I'm with a woman walking or on the train or whatever, they get harassed less often just because they think I'm going to be able to protect her. It's like, you know, you have no idea. She's way scarier than I am. Like, worried about the wrong person. But
yeah. If anything, she hits me. Yeah. What about you, Eric? Would you save the wife if she was gonna get attacked by the zombies?
Probably.
Even though you told her twice not to go in there.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to be able to say that, like, you know, I'd be pissed off about it in the moment, but we'll deal with it later. I want to go save her, and we'll talk about this later. But I think in the moment, I'd be like, I fucking told you.
Her ghost starts nagging you. She's the one who dies. Sorry. That was low hanging fruit.
Can we clip that?
No, because no. We'll get accused.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's relationship dynamics based on the 28 Weeks Later movie.
It's also watching Kate abuse you before James got here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, maybe that's what reminded me of it. I was like, maybe I wish he was in that room.
I wish there were some zombies here.
Yeah, where are they when you need them? But
just yelling about you taking a shit.
You missed the whole thing. But
I could tell.
You had to be there.
Yeah, please. I'm glad you weren't. But so no lady? You haven't been in a relationship? Have you been in one?
Yeah, just not recently.
How long have you been single?
Well, define single.
Nice.
My last real we're in a relationship, meeting the family and stuff was probably 2.5 years ago.
Oh, cool.
And I moved out to New York, and it's been a lot of stuff that never quite solidified for reasons I'll never understand.
Right,
And
right.
you kind
Now-
of just keep it going.
Did she try to come back after the huge following?
Ooh, good question.
Now that has happened a few times, and that's
Okay.
been really funny.
That
I've had a
Oh,
few
wow.
people who ghosted, who text and are like, "Yo, your videos popped up in my feed." I'm like, if this isn't what we do it for, then why are we doing it? This is
Yeah.
great.
But do you respond or you just leave them on
Oh
red?
yeah, of course I do. I'm a total simp. I respond every time. Listen, I mean, you asked about people getting back. It's usually a mutual getting back together. I've gotten back with most of my exes after we broke up at some point or other.
Oh, wow.
Uh,
Wow.
All of them after the
yeah, in the last 3 months, I've kind of
That's
done
just
I-
running through all your
little
exes.
highlight reel.
that's why. Yeah, that's why people do it. I feel like that's a good chunk of the reason why people try to get famous.
Yeah,
Just to stick it to their exes.
but I imagine it's kind of, I don't know. The revenge stuff, I'm never in it for, I imagine that just doesn't feel good after the fact. Like you finally got it, and then you still kind of feel bad and a little mad at them, and it's like, this didn't do at all what I thought it would.
Oh no, I would imagine it feels amazing.
You need something to drive you.
Yeah, you need
Like-
something to drive you. Yeah.
Even this podcast, I just like people that say no or like I know that see our clips and don't like them or don't follow them even though they know it exists. Like I'm like that's the only reason I want this to succeed,
That's yeah.
and then I'm gonna leave.
I remember when I got divorced, the whole and I never got it, but I wanted to get late night. I was like, I'm gonna get late night, and the whole reason I wanted to get late night was to stick it to her.
I wanted to be a host of a late night show.
No, to get a stand-up spot on a late night show.
I was like, wait a minute.
That's the generation today, right? They don't even realize what a comic means when they're like, I wanted to get late night.
Yeah.
He's like, you wanted to host a late night show?
I mean, there's enough of them out there where you might have gotten one. I don't know.
So James, what's going on? Oh yeah, so your apartment from hell.
Yeah.
That's like a big thing. So what are you describing it? You talk about your roommate situation?
Yeah. It was a 5-bed, 2-bath, all random. And
I bet too bad.
they just, from day one, like before we even moved in, they're fighting in the group chat. It was primarily these two of the 5. One of them, she was a squatter, had no plans on paying rent, did not pay a penny the entire time, causing issues constantly.
Oof.
And then one of the roommates in particular would pick the fight. Like she'd be clearly looking for a fight and he would go for it every time. So they'd be, I'd come out and they'd be screaming at each other. I don't even know what it's about. The cops kept getting called. There was that's a funny story from that. This is exactly what it was like to live there. So it was like my first week. They'd all been there like a month. And so I didn't really know. I mean, I knew over text they were like fighting constantly, but like I didn't know what was happening. I'm just kind of moving my stuff in, and one of my roommates knocks on my door and he was like, "Hey man, did you forget to flush?" And I was like, "I don't think so." And we looked and someone had forgotten to flush. But like, who cares, right? I just flushed it, went back to my room, whatever. And he goes to the squatter's room and he knocks like, "Hey, did you forget to flush?" And she slams the door in his face and he starts freaking out. He's yelling at her door. He's like, "You nasty ass bitch. I knew it was you doing this." She like rips the door open and is like, "I told you to stop talking to me, motherfucker." She pulled out a knife and she threatened to stab him. So he called the cops.
Yeah.
The cops like stormed our apartment. Spoiler, I forgot to flush, but I didn't know. And at this point, I'm like, I can't say anything, right? Like I've seen what happens. I'm
Right.
staying out. And
The
now
cops. This explains the whole
Yeah.
zombie situation.
and it was so fascinating because the cops knew us. I'm not gonna drop first names, but they were calling them by their first name.
Right.
So I was like, holy shit, they've been here a lot. And over the next few months, I saw the same cops come through probably 5 or 6 times.
Oh my gosh.
And it eventually ended with after 6 months, the landlord was like, "Can you guys please leave?" And we were like 10 grand behind in rent. And
Jesus.
I mean, constant fighting over the bill.
You were paying your third.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like 3 of us were paying full.
Mhm.
She was paying $0. She just gamed the system. More people the real move, this is what I learned. If you sue the landlord the first day, you don't owe anything until the court case is over.
Oh,
and the
yeah.
court cases last forever. And in the interim, she just joined the army. I don't know where she is now, but she just didn't pay rent. And
Wow.
it seems like there are no penalties for that. You can
That's
just do that.
crazy.
So yeah, sue your landlord. If you live in New York. You can get away with it.
But you and two other guys still did.
Yeah.
What you
so
guys
we were paying
couldn't
3/5 of the rent, and it was adding up every month. He'd be like, someone has to pay, and we'd be like, well, I'm not paying an extra, because one roommate was paying prorated rent, and then she was paying nothing.
Okay.
And so he was like, we need an extra $2,000. We'd be like, I'm not paying you $2,000. So it just kind of it kept spiraling.
So that answers my next question. I was like, why didn't you just move out? But I guess you can't beat 940.
Yeah, and it was because legally, like, you can buy your way out of the lease, but you can't just be like, hey, I'm done. It's been 2 months, but I'm going to go. And then not owe the rest of the contract. And so it was, if I find a new place, I'm going to have to pay another security deposit and double rent. And I had probably $1,800 in my bank account. So I was like, I'm here for better or for worse.
Right.
And then they asked us to leave. And I was like, oh, thank God. And bolted.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Place. Right. That's crazy. That you stuck in that situation for what, 6 months? You said?
6 months.
That's crazy. The first time the cops showed out, I would have been like, I'm out. I can't do this.
Well, the first time I was like, damn, this is kind of cool. I'm in a domestic dispute. And then like the 10th time I was like, can you guys fucking pull it together?
Yeah.
Like, we're fighting over, like, one time she used dish detergent in the washing machine instead of like, or it was dish soap in the dishwasher.
Okay.
So it just like exploded. It bubbles up and like leaks out. And that was like a 3-week fight.
Oh my God.
After like 3 days, it was like, can somebody please relax? Like, it's over. It's done.
Yeah.
Stop. But once the fighting starts and once you have beef with someone, it only gets worse.
Yeah. I wonder if there's like couples counseling for roommates. I wonder if roommates do couples counseling. I know business partners do it because it is a relationship that you're stuck in for a while.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Business partners, the founders of SoulCycle, they did couples counseling in the beginning. They were two friends and they needed to learn how to communicate with each other throughout this whole process. And now they have this
surprisingly healthy for two male friends.
Yeah.
If I ask
think
any
there were
of my
two
friends,
females.
like, hey, I was,
Yeah.
that makes more sense.
But still, I wonder if there is couples counseling for roommates.
I'll look that up, Raj.
Yeah, that would be.
Did the cops ever know your name?
Not mine, thankfully. The landlord that did, though, because I was full on. There was a period where everyone was boycotting rent except for me because of her. So I'm now the only one paying rent, and I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, we're gonna get kicked out. I was like, I'm gonna save the apartment.
Yeah.
And so I started just I would just like walk into the landlord's office and kind of explain what happened and be like, look, I just want to sleep in my bed. That's it. Is there anything we can do? And so he and I kind of pieced a plan together to like save the apartment.
Oh, okay.
Lasted about 3 months before he was like, get the fuck out. This is crazy.
There's only so much you can do when you're not getting paid.
Yeah.
So it was you. So the squatter girl and then one of the roommates had some beef. They were always fighting, correct?
Always fighting.
Well, did you get along with the others?
Yeah, I got along with everyone individually. I got along with. She was tough to get along with because she was very like. I'm trying to think how to describe it. I don't know.
There is counseling for roommates. There is one business. It's called Symmetry Counseling. There are multiple locations.
I think it's a good idea for people getting to a roommate situation.
But I'm not gonna propose that to her. I'm just gonna let that relationship burn. I can't imagine what she'd do if I was like, "Hey, have you tried counseling? We could go together." She would kill me with a gun.
Yes, no, she'd pull that knife right back out.
And it would be a lot of like, she and I got along because I'm so passive that like whatever she wanted to do, I'm like, please just don't hit me. Like whatever you want to do is fine. And so we had a perfectly functional dynamic in that way because like she was odd unless kind of provoked.
Mm.
But because it really started because along with not paying rent, she's not paying utilities. And someone actually has to cover for her or else they shut the utilities off.
Yeah.
And so now we have to get money out of this girl who has $0.
Oh my gosh.
And she would get really defensive and the roommates would get defensive and there was really no coming back from that.
Well, I'm just like, what does one say when you're like, hey, you owe this month's rent and you owe this much for the
In
utilities?
my experience, it's how about you shut the fuck up? And then they start fighting. Yeah.
That's crazy.
They really,
What?
there was no one like, oh, thank you for bringing that up. That's a well-reasoned argument. Let me consider it. I'll get back to you. It was, I'm going to lock the bathroom door and swap the lock so you can't get into it kind of stuff.
Oh, whoa.
It was wild.
That's insane.
I have a roommate from like 4 or 5 years ago that I still reach out to like every 6 months, and I'm like, hey, dude, still owe me like $200.
Jeez.
Does he respond to you?
Like at some point, he got angry at me for asking him for the money. He's like, dude, this is insane that you're still asking for this. I'm like, yeah, it's insane that you still haven't paid.
You still haven't paid.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, well, I'm not working and I'm like, dude, it's been 5 years. I will get you a job for a day that pays you $200 so you can pay me my $200.
Yeah, I hate that mentality. Like when you ask for money that's owed to you, they make you feel like you're annoying them.
Though it is funny, like if I owed someone $200 and 5 years later they reached out, I would be like, man, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, it's $200.
I do it for the principle.
Yeah, which I totally get. That's a funny, like,
I had a producer who didn't pay me $400 from like right before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And I would email this guy like every so often. And then like a year ago, I found all his social media and I was just responding to all of his posts. Like it had nothing to do with anything. Like it was like, here's me and my family. And I'm like, where's me and my
family have the $200?
Yeah, no, exactly. I'm like, yes, that's exactly what would happen.
Spend one less day on that vacation and pay me my $400.
Yeah. Did you get any of the money back?
I got immediately blocked from Instagram, but the person that he hired for the job, I think, paid me out of pocket because it must have been his fault that I was never paid. Because
Okay.
The casualty of war.
Yeah, I think he was just like, dude, this is insane that you're still harassing this guy. I'm just gonna give you this $400.
Yeah, just please be quiet.
That is really funny that you didn't let $200 go.
No, this was $400.
And I respect it because I let everything go. And I hate that I do that because I let myself get walked all over because I'm like, I don't want to put up a fight. I don't want to be a nuisance. And then I hear people who like are willingly kind of being a squeaky wheel and they get their money in the end. And I'm like, why are we not? Why not do that?
Think about the amount of hours and time you wasted
over that a sleepless night.
It's just me at home in my underwear, and I'm like, fuck this guy. Yeah, I want my money.
Like you got your $200 or $400 back, but you probably wasted like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Money, but at what cost?
My dignity.
Yeah, no, So I don't know if Kate was bidding me or not, but that whole thing with the electrical car, she was bidding me. Okay, because I told her, I was like, I'm going to talk about this on the podcast, and so she's like, you should.
She was bidding you, and she tried to get me into it, and I don't know how to lie.
I fucking knew it. Okay. But before the show, my girlfriend was like, oh, did you know now in New Jersey, you can't even charge your own car. Somebody has to charge it for you. And
that fucking Jersey gas station bullshit. That stuff is so crazy.
Yeah. And I flipped out, and I was like, that's fucking, you can't do that. It's a battery operated car. You just plug it. What are they going to wait there for half an hour while it charges and expect a tip?
Sounds like yes.
So, but then I told her, I was like, are you bidding me? Because I don't have time to research this right now, and I'm going to talk about it on the podcast. She's like, no, this is real. And then, okay, so she was bidding me. Okay.
She was telling me to go along with it, and just now I'm like, oh, God, I can't lie.
Yeah.
Because now you're going to look it up in front of James, and then it's going to be like, what are you talking about?
What are you fucking retarded? Google will call me retarded.
Well, that was the thing. She's like, well, if he asks you to look it up, you have to lie. And I'm like, I don't know how to, I can't. I don't know how to lie.
Yeah. This is the benefits of not being in a relationship. Nobody can gaslight you like this.
Nope.
You get gaslit a lot when you're in a relationship.
Very
Jesus.
susceptible.
Yeah.
I believe everybody, like, what I believe is whatever the last person told me.
Yeah.
And I have no sense of identity or self, hard opinions on things. If you make any point that seems reasonable, I'm like, that's what I believe.
Yeah, because you're a decent human being. You take people at their word. If somebody's like, you have to start paying to get your car charged in Jersey, you're gonna be like,
that's outrageous.
that's crazy. That makes me very angry, but I believe you.
It's just so random for her to think of that.
Yeah, that was weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
She wanted to come on the pod and get you.
she should have. She was here.
I don't know.
Yeah, she got. Yeah. Another thing is weird tangent, but I was telling some. I had a photo shoot in here earlier. We had a bunch of people, and I was telling them that to break the tension, when you meet a new group of people and it gets awkward, I always like to show people my butthole. And nobody thought that was funny, and everybody thought I was serious.
Oh,
and I got
that's
very
the
offended.
worst.
Yeah. They're like, well, please.
Also, like, is that really what you think of me? Like,
yeah.
It's funny because it's so not me, and everyone just goes, "Oh, that makes sense." But I don't like that. I'm like,
No, that shouldn't make sense, though. That shouldn't make sense. Yeah, I got very offended. I was like, do I really look like that type of person? And they were like, 100%.
That's exactly what you
That's why we hired.
Yeah. So then throughout the whole shoot, I was like, you guys haven't made the butthole cut, Like,
Did the callback work? I feel like the callback would work
did
because now they get it.
Yeah,
They can bring him in on the bit.
They were thinking about it the entire time. That's why it worked.
Yeah. Throughout the shoot, they were like, don't show me your butthole. I was like, you think you're special enough for me to show you my butthole? You haven't made the cut. And then half of them were like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. She's like, somehow you've manipulated me into feeling bad for you not showing me your butthole. Yeah, manipulation tactics.
So did you end up showing the butthole?
No, they didn't make the cut.
Okay.
No. And I was like, every group's got one guy in the group that's always showing their buttholes. And I went around and I asked them, I was like, who's the guy in your group? And
No
they were
way.
like, no, nobody has that one guy in the group that shows their butthole.
That's just a guy who does that sometimes. That's a very different story.
Do you know a guy that does that?
No, I'm trying to think. It was big I remember kids doing it at camp.
Okay.
We'd be like in our cabin at night, and it was this bit. They'd be like, "Hey, you want to see a red hole?" And I'd be like, "What's a red hole?" And then they'd just show me their asshole, and I'd be like, "I guess that's funny. I don't really know."
That is a red
little
hole.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah.
We did have kids who would. We used to. I remember going to like measure our dicks in the bathroom a lot in elementary and middle school, but it never ventured to the butthole.
Oh, really? I feel like the butthole is like a level playing field because
it's universal.
Yeah, everybody's got like a very similar looking butthole. Penises vary, right? You can make fun of somebody for having a small penis, right, or a weird penis. But everybody's but everybody's got the same butthole.
That's true.
Especially at that age. There's probably no hair on it, so it's literally all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you got hairy buttholes, you got misshapen buttholes, stretched out buttholes. That as you get older, buttholes vary.
Yeah. They evolve and grow and change.
Yeah. The younger you are, that sounds.
Oh my God.
I don't want to talk about young buttholes, but I guess that's where the podcast went.
You made like it was forced upon you to talk about that.
All right, fine. I'll talk about the buttholes. All right, so we got hairy buttholes, right?
For the longest time, I always thought like buttholes got stained over time. You'll watch a porno and like this white girl will have like a black butthole. I'm like, man, she shot a lot.
Yep.
Eric, you're not helping here. You're just.
I don't know much about buttholes.
Do you have a guy in your group that shows buttholes?
I don't have I am the group.
You're the butthole guy.
I guess, yeah.
Oh shit! See, I knew that. Are you serious?
No.
Ah, darn it. Okay. All right.
I don't have a butthole guy.
Yeah. Well, you do. If you don't know who it is, it's you.
I don't think that applies to this.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, I have been showing guys my butthole. Oh no.
Yeah, well, more so than you think. It's just, but all right. Well, let's
Ending on the butthole.
end it on the butthole. Okay. All right. Any last final words before we sign off?
Actually, yeah, this weekend I'm gonna be showing my butthole in Central Park.
In the new pool?
Yeah, they have a new pool in Central
Yeah, they got this
Park?
big pool. Oh, did you hear about that? They got this
No, I
big-
did not.
They opened this pool in Central Park recently, and they already shut it down because people kept shitting in it.
Oh, that what?
Yeah.
Speaking of buttholes, I also imagine there's got to be like everyone pees in the pool, but there's got to be a lot of pee in that pool.
Oh, there's got to be so much pee in that
So
pool.
much pee.
Yeah. But I don't know why nobody thought of this beforehand. You see homeless people shitting on the street.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they shit in the
Yeah, this is a
pool?
better place to take a dump.
Okay. All right. Well, this was this was something. We
Lot
got,
of
we-
buttholes and
buttholes, poop in the pool. I try to get more into the roommate stuff, but then I started talking about my butthole, and that got weird.
everything you brought up today has gotten weird.
That's kind of weird. Yeah, it's just a little off. Yeah. But James, do you have anything? Do you have any interesting thing going on right now, or any crazy thoughts that you had today? Any weird things that you told a group of people about yourself?
No, I've been taking Adderall again, so I've been having like very few thoughts. All
Oh,
day.
okay.
Just going through spreadsheets for 12 hours. And
Spreading
it's the most
cheeks?
fun I've ever.
Oh, spreadsheets. Okay. Okay. Sorry. I was like, I'm going to go back to the butthole again. Okay.
So no,
Okay.
they're going good.
Yeah.
Things
Patties.
are going good. I don't have any thoughts. When things are going bad, I have nothing but thoughts all the time. So,
It's a good place to be.
yeah, I'm enjoying the peace.
Well, James, this has been quite an episode. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for
This was fun.
doing it.
You're welcome.
Our 25th extravaganza.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we are kind of going back to the roots with this 25th episode because the first few episodes, it was really weird. Right? So this is a throwback.
Then you found a groove, and then you brought me on.
Well, the first few episodes were just me and Raj.
Yes.
It was
so
a lot-
first, yeah.
A lot of us staring at each other and going,
Mhm.
"What's this gonna be?"
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, and then we got a groove, and we kind of figure out what it was, and then sometimes you get episodes like today. I'm gonna be honest with you, James. I can't tell what I can and can't talk about with you because you just stare and smile, and I don't know. I don't know if I can get dirty, if I can go this way. I'm very awkward here today.
Me too. I'm very new to podcasting. I did like one or two when I first started stand up, and it's with other open micers who are 22 in Indiana. We're bad. The podcasts are bad. I'm like, I'm done with podcasts forever.
Right.
And now I'm doing a podcast, and I'm like, who's watching? What can I say? What can't I say? Is anyone going to listen to this? And
No.
Yeah.
The answer to all of those questions is no. So you can say whatever you want. It may look like this is a well-oiled machine, but
Right.
Can we go back to Israel Palestine for a second? Because I've got some thoughts I'd like
Yeah,
to share.
that 16-year-old, was she hot?
oh my God.
No, seriously though, was she? Oh, the roommate, the one that didn't pay, what, the squatter? Was she attractive?
She was not. Everyone always, that's the first question I get every time. And it's like, it'd be a very different story if she was, I promise you.
Well, hey, I asked it last, so clearly I was with you on the story from the get-go.
She did threaten to, I accidentally walked in on her in the bathroom one time. And she tried to sue me for sexual harassment.
Oh no! What was she doing when you walked in?
not making out with me, unfortunately.
No, but like
she was sitting
like,
to pee.
Oh, she was sitting to pee. Okay.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, my bad. You know, I thought this would be a funnier story. I'm not sure why I brought it up right to end on a weird, I almost got sued. No,
you almost got sued for sexual.
I almost went to court over sexual harassment.
Honestly, I'd rather it end on that, because if it would have ended on some of the shit I talked about.
Yeah, that instead of buttholes.
Yeah. Did you see her butt?
I did not see it.
She is the chick in the group. Yeah, no,
Too much of a callback.
I know. If anybody made it that far into the episode, then they're the person in their group. But no, I was gonna say something about the roommate, the lady. Oh yeah. Before I got my own apartment, before I was in a relationship, I almost roommated. Is that what the term is? I almost got into a roommate situation with an attractive lady, and
just you and her.
Yeah, it was just gonna be me and her, and the whole time leading up to it, I was like, I don't know, like, I'm gonna want to do things with her. Like, this is gonna get weird. Idea. Yeah,
because she's not gonna want to.
She's not
gonna be interested at all. She'll be like, finally, a man who's not trying to fuck me, and you're gonna be like, yeah.
Yeah. Any chance I get, I'm gonna look at her. You know, like I'm probably gonna jerk off to her at night. You know, like it's gonna be a terrible situation. And I was really looking forward to it, but it didn't work out. And yeah. Have you ever been in a situation like that where you roomed with an attractive person?
No. I really liked when I looked at the apartment that we later got kicked out of. There was another girl visit, like looking at the space while I was, and we like hit it off, but not in like a, oh my God, I'm gonna live with a cute girl, but like, oh, this girl seems really nice and funny, and we kind of, yeah, this will be fun. And then she asked the broker if any other men were looking at the apartment, and he was like, not yet. And I was like, well, I'm never seeing her again.
Oh no.
So, but no, I've mostly lived with women, but it's been like lifelong friends.
Right.
So we find each other annoying and have no interest in having sex.
And having sex, yeah.
My last roommate at one point had to be like, hey, can you stop using my toothbrush? And I was like, well, we're both using toothbrushes. Like, what's the... And she's like, that's the most disgusting thing. Please stop.
Wait, you were using...
I couldn't find mine, and hers was right there, and I was like, what's the, who cares? And, well, she cared quite a bit.
Oh, my God.
Well deserved.
Somehow that's the most disgusting thing said on this podcast.
I was gonna say, what the hell is this guy doing?
Well, I don't brush my teeth with it. I just kind of soap it, rinse it, put it back. 12 hours, you can't even tell.
Yeah, but then doesn't it smell or taste like soap the next day when you...
I don't know. Probably.
Up until recently, I just got an electric toothbrush. I would have the same toothbrush for like 2 years in a row. So I guess I can't really say.
Oh, that's also gross.
Yeah, what are we doing here?
Yeah. All right. We're all being honest. I'm here.
I think you're supposed to change that toothbrush head
every 6 months.
Every 6 months. And then even more often if you get sick, because your sick germs will live on the toothbrush. Well, maybe not his, because he washes it with soap.
Yeah, I use hand soap.
But yeah. All right. Well, that's the lesson from today's episode is we all have terrible hygiene etiquette. Yeah. Great hygiene, just terrible brush preserving etiquette. God, I know your bomb laugh. This whole thing is it's okay. We all need to have episodes like this every now and then. It keeps you humble, like a
honored to be a part of it.
We're gonna have you on the best of.
Well, all jokes aside, do you regret coming here? Or did you have a good time?
No, I had a nice time.
Good. That's all that matters.
I think James is just worried about what this is.
Yeah. Well, no, we have quite a few different topics that we talked about. A bunch of clips I could think right off the top of my head. The butthole thing. I
think that's James' worry right now. It's like, what is gonna come
the butthole part is the least of my worries. Like that part was a hit.
Yeah, we got some good stuff out of here. I'm not. We're gonna watch this back in like a year and be like, that was actually a fantastic episode.
Yeah.
This is gonna be our most viewed.
Okay, cool. Well, we probably should have wrapped this up 30 minutes ago. But James, so what do you got going on?
I don't know. Follow me on Instagram. I have shows. I'm not quite sure off the top of my head when they are after after this weekend, but figure it out.
Yeah.
I'll post my dates and stuff.
Hell
Cool.
yeah.
Perfect. Awesome. Follow James Tanford on Instagram at James Tanford.
Yep. That's it.
Yeah, and definitely check out his Apartment from Hell series. It's super funny, and some of the stories from today's podcast, you'll get some of the references when you watch that. And Eric, what do you got going on?
Jokes and Dreams, episode 1, and more of this.
Yes, this is good. This is fun. You want to do a spot on my show?
Sure, absolutely.
Monthly show, Holy Hand Grenade, every third Saturday of the month at Barrow's Intense Ginger Liqueur Tasting Room at it's in Industry City at Sunset Park.
It's a good thing you have a car.
Yes, yeah,
That is deep.
and yeah, it's pretty deep, but it is a fun show. Typically standing room only. Last couple weren't, but hopefully this next one will be. And Eric's seen me there quite a few times, and trust me, this episode is not the only time you've seen me bomb. So, yeah, bunch of dates, same thing. Check my Instagram, check my website, you'll see it. And other than that, that's this week's Raj Against the Machine. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Later. Nice.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
Hey, that was fun. Yeah. You know,
Hell yeah.
for not doing many. When was the last time you did a pod?